Hi again! So do you guys remember my open back DIY tutorial from 2009? Well, it's time for me to update that to something totally fun. I've been having a skull moment lately and I saw the style sold at Urban Outfitters for $40. Totally can make this for no cost. These tops can be worn as beach cover-ups or over colorful bralettes and bandeau tops. I made a skull version and I also made a skeleton heart version for those who find cutting the skull a bit difficult. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, so for materials and tools, you will need a pair of sharp shears, some clips to hold your t-shirt together, and of course, some stretchy t-shirts. So I would start with a few t-shirts that, you're ready to throw away just in case if you do mess up, then you don't have to feel so bad. Lastly, you will need a big box and you could use any cardboard box. Make sure it's not bigger than your t-shirt when it's stretched out. So you will need something that's about the same size as your shirt. Okay, so open up your shirt and insert the box. The front of your shirt should be on the bottom of the box and the cutting part should be on the top part. This will allow you to poke the sharp shears through the shirt without cutting anything else. Awesome little trick. Now, this design isn't supposed to look neat, so if you messed up, then that's perfectly okay. Okay, so I usually don't like to trace the skull shape on my shirt just because I feel like it takes more time to follow the lines if I do trace it on. Therefore, I prefer to just cut the design as I go. Or you could also put a photo of a skull in front of you and cut out your design. Okay, starting with the eyes, visualize where you like it. I always start with a small 3-inch snip, then I make it bigger up to 7-inch as I go. So give the eyes 2 to 3 slits side by side. The slit next to it can be 1/2 inch apart in fabric. That's the line coming down the middle of the eyes. To create a bigger hole, you just need to cut a little extra off the width. About 1/2 inch off the material is more than enough because usually t-shirts are made of stretchy fabrics and you will need to tug it gently in order for it to stretch. This will make the hole bigger and the edges will curl in nicely. So do the same with the nose. Start with a small 1-inch snip, then slit it bigger to 2-inch. Stretch it out with your fingers, and if you want your holes bigger, then trim off an extra 1/2 inch of fabric off the sides. Then stretch the hole gently by tugging it. For the teeth, I like to make the front 4, then make my way with little 1-inch snips across. I would then go back and make the holes bigger by trimming off extra pieces of fabric off the sides. I usually take off 1/4 inch for the teeth because they're a lot smaller. Now remember, if you're not sure exactly where to cut, take a picture of a skull and put it in front of you and then work your way. You can also try to do some outline, but for me personally, I find it a lot more difficult to follow an outline than to just go ahead and snip it free-handedly. Okay, so if you're frustrated with the skull, then here's an easy one for you, a skeleton heart. Take out some masking tape to help guide where you will need to cut. Tape it along the middle. You can add more tape to form a heart shape around the space you will need to cut. Make horizontal snips starting with the top to the bottom. Start with a 1-inch snip, then make it wider if you need to. With a heart shape, you will need to start with a short slits. Then it will gradually get wider and back to being smaller. Again, outline with some tape if you're having difficulty. Once your slits are in, stretch it out and the line of fabrics should drape down, forming a rib cage effect. Pretty neat, huh? Okay guys, so that is a wrap. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Love ya!